5. Biographical note. Cornelius van Til was born into a large family on May 3rd, 1895 in the Netherlands. His family migrated to the United States in 1905 when he was 10 years old, settling in Indiana. The family farmed near the borderline of Indiana and Illinois, close to Chicago at Highland. The family faith was Reformed and church membership Christian Reformed. Van Til's great love and abiding interest in Kuyper and his works are a notable aspect of the man and date back to his youth. He delights in reading him and warms to the mention of his name. Van Til studied at Calvin College, Grand Rapids, Michigan, to prepare himself for the ministry, enrolling in 1921 at the Calvin Seminary. Subsequently, at Princeton Seminary and University, he studied under such men as C. Hodge, W. B. Green, G. Voss, R.D. Wilson, W. P. Armstrong, J. Gresham Machen, and A. A. Bowman. A. A. Bowman, then chairman of Princeton University's Department of Philosophy, offered Van Til a graduate fellowship towards his Ph.D. at the university, which he secured in 1927. In 1925, while still a student, he married a long-time hometown friend, Miss Rena Klooster. He remained at Princeton as a student for 5 years, 1922 to 1927. Subsequently, he was ordained and called by the Spring Lake Church of Classis Muskegon in Michigan, a small town on Lake Michigan, some 30 miles from Grand Rapids. The following year, he was called to teach at Princeton Seminary, but resigned at the end of the year in dissent at the seminary reorganization. He returned to Spring Lake, at first refusing to serve either Princeton or the newly organized Westminster Seminary. The call from Westminster was only accepted after Drs. Machen and Ellis travelled to Michigan to seek his and Reverend R.B. Kuyper's services. He was thus one of 4 Princeton professors who served on the Westminster faculty, the others being Robert Dick Wilson, J. Gresham Machen, and Oswald T. Ellis. Unlike the others, Van Til was not a member of the Presbyterian Church USA. However, after going to Westminster, he became a member of the Orthodox Presbyterian Church. At Westminster, he has exerted a steadily growing influence on many graduate students, both American and foreign, and has been in steady demand as a special lecturer at schools and universities, as well as at conferences across the country. He has, moreover, been an increasingly controversial figure. By breaking with the old Princeton apologetics and by calling attention to the inconsistencies in terms of their healthy presuppositions in the Amsterdam apologetics, he has aroused the ire of the traditionalists in Reformed and Presbyterian circles, while his analysis of neo-orthodoxy has made him anathema in those circles. Despite this controversial nature of his writings, he stands forth increasingly as one of the outstanding and central figures in American Calvinist thinking and a true son of John Calvin. Because he brings into so clear focus many of the important aspects and implications of Christian thinking, his importance and stature can scarcely be assessed at this early date. Suffice it to say that in Van Til and the Men of Amsterdam, we have one of the most significant developments in the history of Christian philosophy and theology, developments the importance of which cannot be ignored. Van Til is not only a philosopher and theologian, a born teacher, he is an outstanding and persuasive lecturer and preacher, possessing, in his lecturing, the gift of simplicity. A warm-hearted and humble man, he draws love and loyalty to himself and gives it with equal readiness.